Eagles. Well, we're back again. Another chapter of our favorite NFL team. And as we all suspected, our boy A.J. Brown is gone. He's moved on to his new team, the Patriots. And just a quick sidebar before we get into that, how in the world did the Rams get Myles Garrett? The Eagles should have got Myles Garrett. But that's neither here nor there. We'll talk about that another time. This is about AJ. AJ was an awesome player and is an awesome player. I think he was the kind of player that changed 50-50 ball to 70, 80, maybe even 85% ball if you're talking about one-on-ones. And sometimes he would even elevate a 50-50 ball on two-on-one coverage that he could make a play on. He's a great player. I know there have been some turmoil over the last, maybe 2 years, was it 2 seasons or 3 seasons? So 2 seasons ago we won the Super Bowl. He was kind of upset last season. So I think 2. And during that time, he had what I would say are some great points about the team and I won't say great points about the team. I'll say he had some ways that he expressed his frustrations that were great, and some ways he expressed his frustrations which were not so good, in my opinion. And that's human nature. I mean, you can never always speak right. You can never always do right. You're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. So, I mean, there's no backlash on him for that. He was frustrated about the way the offense was going, frustrated about maybe his play time, about the play calls, about the targets, all those different things where he wanted to help make a difference on the team. He didn't just want to be on a great team. He wanted to be a part of the reason the team was great, if that makes sense. He wanted to elevate the team the way that in the Super Bowl year that Barkley did, right? Barkley was not a one-man show. Let's get that straight. The threat of AJ and Devontae and the fact that the O-line was so good and the fact that Jalen Hurts is a threat to both throwing and running, all those components helped helped Saquon be as crazy good as he was that year. The same could be said about previous years with AJ, that all the other components helped make him shine as a receiver, right? He was already decent on the Titans, but he came to the Eagles and became a household name without question. Without question, he became a household name. So he wanted that to continue. And I see no problem with wanting that to continue, being a part of the reason why you elevate the squad and it keeps doing well. So in the 1 year when the defense was bad, he complained that, hey, the offense can't keep bailing out the defense. So you have to play good on both sides of the ball. And then on the reverse, when the offense wasn't doing too good 2 years after that, the defense was balling out. And he had the same kind of sentiment. He was like, listen, the defense can't keep bailing us out. The offense needs to improve. Right? I'd say the one time where he kind of was bad with the media and was like, I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to say anything. I mean, the guy was frustrated. I think that'd probably be one of the times where I would say I really didn't like the way he came across. But again, we're all human. So obviously I'm going to miss him. I know we have some new rookies who want to shine and want to get some play time and want to, make their mark and make their legacy be known for the Eagles, and more power to them. I am an Eagles fan first and foremost, but I definitely am still fans of old Eagles players. If they don't go to the Cowboys or, any of the other NFC East teams, and if they don't go to the cheating Chiefs, if they don't land in any of those spots, I'm still a fan of that player. But if you go, especially if you go to the Cowboys, I can't seriously root for you anymore. I'm sorry. That's just how much I don't like the Cowboys, right? So when who was that Miles Sanders went over there, and you start talking trash. And then in that game, he barely did anything. As a matter of fact, I think he cost them the game when he made that fumble. That was probably how they lost that game because they were marching down the field about to score, and he fumbled the ball away. It's just something about Dallas that gets in the bloodstream that just makes you terrible, in my opinion. um, so we went to the Patriots, and obviously the Patriots have been good for like 20 years with Tom Brady. Um, they'll probably be good again. They were in the Super Bowl last year, I think. I don't think they belong there, and just my opinion. I think it should have been Josh and crew, but Josh has to get over his hump. He really has to get over his hump. However he needs to do it, he has to get over that. Um, but obviously, the Patriots will get better with an immaculate talent like AJ. And I think a lot of the talking points around him are just that he was a disruptor, right? With how he talked and maybe how the locker room was, and maybe the way people thought about him, that he was just chasing stats. And there's nothing wrong with personal accolades, especially when those accolades come with pay incentives, right? A lot of us will do great at our jobs and never even be looked at twice, never get a raise. But if you're great at your job in the NFL and a lot of different sports, it comes with more money. Like you get a certain amount of yards, you get a certain amount of catches, you get this, that, and the other, and you get bonuses. And you miss out on those bonuses if you don't get the play time or if you don't get the looks that you need. And especially if those looks could also help the team. I mean, look, we all know that near the end, um, there were some drop passes, but every receiver has drop passes. So I'm not blaming I can't blame the entire downfall of the Eagles season on those drop passes. It was just a train that was grinding to a halt, and it just happened to grind to a halt on the San Francisco 49ers. Um, what else I want to say about AJ? I wish him luck. I don't have any ill will towards him. I hope now he's happy and that he gets to play the type of ball that he wants to play, and he stays injury free and whatever. The Eagles will miss him, and unless one of the rookies really just shines out their mind right away, it'll be some time till we can make up that gap. Now, Devontae is amazing. No shade on him whatsoever. He is fantastic. So using Smitty more is fine by me, as long as we don't get him hurt. Because it was like we called him Skinny Batman, right? He's doesn't really have the weight to bully people the way AJ did, because you've seen that in a lot of his catches where he would either get shrugged off or he would get thrown on the ground, where AJ would be the one that was doing the shrugging and the throwing people off. So we want to make sure that we keep Devontae in good health. Now with AJ gone, we'll see what Lemon does. I call him Lemon Lime. I called him Lemon Lime from the first time that he got drafted, because somebody had mentioned how lemon in a Kelly Green jersey, and I was like, you know what, Kelly Green's like a lime. He got lemon lime, and I know he's got some other nicknames. I think his jersey, I think he's wearing Nick Foles jersey, so Lemon 9 or something else. I can't remember what people were calling him, but mine is Lemon Lime. That's what I nicknamed him. Yeah, man. We saw this. We saw this. We figured it was coming. I said if he wasn't gone by June 2nd, that chances are he wasn't going anywhere. Like, as much of a talking point as they've been for all media, be it Eagles fans and outside of Eagles fans, that trade had to have been coming. I didn't really see him at OTAs, even though I don't really closely follow that. I'm not sure I saw him there. When Jalen and Smitty were practicing at Temple, I didn't see him there. So, I mean, the writing just seemed to really be on the wall. And we know Howie and them have to give you the PR speeches with AJ's an Eagle. And technically, they weren't lying. He was an Eagle until he was not an Eagle, until he got traded. So, they play the word games. I don't care about that. That's why I really didn't make 1,000 videos of AJ Brown trades and who's gonna get him and this, that, and the other. I don't need to make all those videos. I just wait for it to happen and then talk about it as it comes down. Hopefully, now here's the aftermath of this, right? I really hope that AJ does not start confusion now after leaving the team, right? You try to keep your mouth closed when you're working with individuals, but when you leave the building, there's sometimes the feeling that, okay, I'm not over there, I'm not an Eagle, I'm on another team. I can say whatever I want to say. I could talk bad about the players, I could talk bad about the organization, I could talk about the beefs or the secrets that I was holding in. And I really hope that he keeps those things to himself. He keeps any bad blood or any things that were going wrong in the locker room. I really hope he keeps them to himself, because I don't like that in the game. I don't like it. I know it gets clicks. I know people will make 1,000 videos about it if he starts talking trash. It won't be me, because I really don't like that. If I got beef with you, listen, the beef is with you, right? Or the organization or whatever. Just say, hey, we left on what do they say with when people get a divorce? Unreconcilable differences, and just leave it at that. And you know what happened, and you tell your family or your friends or whatever like that, but not for the media, not on a podcast, and not to the new Patriots players whose lips won't be as sealed as yours. I just hope that he does not start more confusion after leaving. Like talking about Hurts or talking about Nick or Saquon or anything like that, right? That'd be my hope for him. And then let him get a fresh start. Let him get a fresh start at the Patriots. Let him get the looks that he wants. Let him get the reps that he wants. Let him help them ascend past where they are already now. And I think he'll be happy with that. And then the Eagles can do what they want to do. Now, real quick with the Eagles, because this is really just a AJ video and saying thank you for the Super Bowl. Thank you for everything that you did for us all those years. Matter of fact, the 2 Super Bowl appearances and then the 1 win. Thank you, AJ. I appreciate you. The Eagles are going to have a rough time with the Rams. If our defense, excuse me, if our O-line isn't shored up, okay? I'm just going to say this briefly, and then I'll make another video, start getting back into making a couple more of my thoughts on the Eagles. If the O-line played like they played last year, and Myles Garrett type of talent, or Myles Garrett himself, because we play the Rams, I think, on October 4th. If he comes through, Jalen will be on a stretcher. Jalen will be on a stretcher if that O-line doesn't shore themselves up. So I really hope that they get their act together. But again, we'll get into that later. AJ, best of luck to you. As always, go Birds. Fly. As always, fly, Eagles, fly. Go Birds.